Hello everybody. Well, this isn't the video I wanted to upload this week. I've got some delays on that other video, but I'm just going to throw this one out here. I know this has been going around for a while, as this Colorado drone mysteries. This started last, December, around the 20th or something like that, 23rd, somewhere in there. But yeah, there's just more and more about this I'm reading everywhere, and it's just ridiculous. But here's the next article. I read this about 3 days after this was posted. This one was posted on January 13th. Look, it's mass panic. It's not clear that Colorado's mystery drones even exist. Well, yeah, there is quite a bit in here, and I could argue this all day long, but you know, of course, people in the FAA aren't going to listen, or anybody else that is in the government. But here's some key points right here. You guys can pause and read, or you can go to the link. I'm going to put the link in the description. You know, just these flight times they're talking about and things like that. It's just not possible for what they're saying. They're trying to claim their drones. I mean, there may have been a few, and even this talks about there's a possibility of a few hobbyist drones, but not anything illegal, not doing anything illegal. There's even a white paper from DJI in here. There's other articles as well about the 2015 supposed drone strike. It was proven to be a bird. Here's another one in the UK that was again proven not to be a drone. It's just paranoia. It's just all the hype, all the paranoia, the mass hysteria. They're trying to, the media and everybody is just trying to outlaw the RC hobby as a whole. And they're only doing it for money to get commercial delivery drones in the air to take over the skies. And if you're paranoid about drones already, and you think you got a problem with the kid in his yard playing with a toy, or the hobbyist out in the middle of a field in the middle of nowhere, then you got something coming that you're not going to like at all, and that is commercial delivery drones flying all over the place all the time. Oh, you're going to have a field day with that with your paranoid schizophrenia. So just watch. If this happens and you don't want to fight this, if you're just a common person who doesn't like drones and you don't want to fight the FAA on this, then you got something coming you're not going to like, and you're not going to be able to get rid of it. So I suggest even you guys out there that don't like drones or anything like that, or the RC hobby, get out there and fight this FAA proposal, because we're going to be in for a lot of disturbances, a lot of accidents, and a lot of problems with commercial delivery drones flying all over the place. So yeah, this article here, yeah, just go. I'm going to put a link to this article, and it talks about quite a few things. And sorry I got off track there, but you know, this is just so frustrating to talk about with the FAA and their proposed rules. Even here, even this, a study by the Academy of Model Aeronautics in 2015, even their findings, and I don't think these numbers are very accurate, but I can tell you now, I guarantee it was less than 27 out of the 764 were legitimate near misses. I can guarantee you it was less. It could have been a number of things that they, you know, when you're traveling in an aircraft 400 to 600 miles an hour, 700 miles an hour, and something goes whizzing by you in the middle of the air, you don't know what it is. How are you going to see exactly what it is when it's a small, like a bird or even a bag or something like that, or a balloon? You're not going to be able to tell what it is that quickly. By the time you see it, you're already past it. So you're not going to be able to check out, you know, see exactly what it is. So I don't think even 27 of them were legitimate near misses. And then they even state drones are the new UFOs, and that's an absolute fact. Drones are the new UFOs. Even 10 years ago, everybody was it wasn't drones, it was UFOs. 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 50 years ago, it was not drones, it was UFOs. Now, in the last 10 years, it's drones. Drones, everything's drones. The very same things people are seeing now, they call them drones, and they were the same things they were seeing back then, and they were UFOs back then. So that's another thing this is mentioning. So there is quite a bit in here. There's even, here, this is what I've been saying, right here. The most popular theory is that the timing is just a little too coincidental with recent FAA proposed rules, which, yes, it will destroy the hobby completely and utterly. It will be gone. Anything you are doing now, whether you are commercial, a small business using drones, a realtor, anything like that, is going to be gone. You might be able to hold out as a small business for a couple of years, but by the time they're done with this, you're done too. Don't think you can just comply now and be safe with your business and your livelihood. you will be shut down within a few years, guaranteed. Yeah, there's a little bit more in here, but like I said, I'm putting a link to this article. But here's the next article on this. There's one more that just showed up not too long ago. Right there. This was posted on January 29th. I found it 2 days ago. Colorado mystery drones weren't real. Reason? Because they haven't found any evidence whatsoever. Now, if it was military doing anything out there, of course, you know the military will not ever say or admit to what they're doing. Never. They never will. And here's the catcher. They don't have any evidence of anything. All these people in that area and all these other areas, even California and stuff in North Carolina, they're talking about these drone sightings. No one's got any evidence at all, period. They're just claiming to have seen drones. Now, you think in this day and age, everybody, pretty much everybody has a cell phone. And there are so many narcissistic people out there that can't go 2 seconds without sending a picture or a video to their friends or putting it on social media about their lives every single day, all day long. That's all they do. They're so narcissistic they have to post and share every single second of their lives. Now, if all these people supposedly saw these drones, why is there not a single video or a single picture or any evidence of a drone? No crash drones, no parts, no this, no that, no nothing. Nobody has found a single shred of evidence to support any of these claims that these drones have been out there. No one. Maybe a couple of times somebody might have saw something, like a kid out there with his parents, father or something, flying a little toy, or a hobbyist might have been out there flying something at one point. But no, they've determined already that no one was out there doing anything illegal. So what is this stuff? Probably military related, or somebody's staging this to cause this hysteria. And typically it would be, or most likely it would be, somebody involved in trying to get commercial delivery drones in the air and the RC hobby out of the way. So there you go. There's more proof. I'll put a link to this article as well, that all this is absolutely BS. Okay, next thing I want to address is this Florida guy that got arrested. Where is this article? Here we go. This Florida guy right here. Illegal Super Bowl drone flight. Okay, well, I'm going to find a specific one because they all pretty much say the same thing. It's just one in particular, and here it is right here. Key things. Yeah, first of all, he was flying in a temporary restricted area. It was a no-fly zone temporarily established by the FAA because of the Super Bowl activities going on and all the preparations and everything going on, the parties and everything like that going on in the parking lots. That's all a no-fly zone right now. So, of course, you don't fly there. If you do, you're stupid. Now, they caught this guy. First of all, exactly how did they catch him? Well, I don't think it was sheer luck by them just driving by and happened to see somebody with a transmitter. I seriously doubt that. That is probably an absolute zero chance that they just happened to drive by and saw him with a transmitter and assumed he was the one flying it. What I can tell you, though, is I'm going to tell you something about an old technology that's been around for a very, very long time. Now, I have my ham license now. I did renew it because I fly FPV. But before, I did let it lapse and when I was in my 20s, and I just got out of the ham scene. But when I was in my teens and in my 20s, we used to do what were called fox hunts. And we had a couple of different ways we would do things. We would use our own cars as a ground plane with the antenna mounted on the back properly, and we would do circles in a parking lot, and do another circle in a parking lot about a half mile away or a mile away, and triangulate where somebody was at and go get them. It was basically a technological hide and seek was what we were doing. Somebody would go hide, we'd try to find them. And the other method we used was what's called loop antennas, or a double loop antenna. And you can find information out about that. Just do a search right here. You can do a search on double loop antenna for tracking or even fox hunts, and you will find quite a bit of information on loop antennas. And you can build one of those for $5-10. We used to build them all the time back then, and we'd have fox hunts every week, practically. I don't know if they do it anymore, but it used to be a big thing back then. It was a lot of fun, technological hide and seek. But yeah, that technology has been around for a long time, tracking. So here's the thing: if ham radio operators And even CBers used to do the fox hunts. They build loop antennas and do it out where I'm from. And if we can have that kind of technology back then, imagine what the federal government and the FAA has now. I can guarantee you that if we can build a $5 or $10 antenna to track somebody, that the government has much more sophisticated technology and devices to track somebody. Much more sophisticated. And these antennas that we used to have, we can tune them to build them and tune them to whatever frequency we needed to track whoever it is. And I know that the government has devices to track anybody and triangulate. I don't even know if they even have to triangulate anymore. They've just got so much technology that's so much more advanced than what we used to use back then that they could have easily found this guy with that stuff. I don't think they just happened upon him. There was just no way. They didn't just drive by, oh, he's flying a drone, let's get him. No, that's not going to be what happened. They triangulated him. They used their devices to find him. So why do we need remote ID? Why do we need remote ID when they know that they have this kind of technology to find somebody? If they think that somebody might be doing something illegal, then they can triangulate or even find them with the technologies that they have in their hands all the time. They don't need remote ID. This is just a ploy to get the RC hobbyists and the basic drone operator out of the air for commercial delivery drones. Second thing about this guy, right here, according to the FBI, the guy has a certificate to fly the drone, but told agents he had to alter it to allow a flight in the FAA restricted area. So essentially what he had was probably something like a DJI or a Unique or something that had the technology on it that if they're in a restricted zone, when they punch in the information about where they're going to fly in their cell phone or whatever, or on the remote, whatever they got to do, that it told them no, you cannot fly, and disabled the aircraft and wouldn't let it take off. So he had to alter it. He had to alter it to allow the flight. So, what does this tell you? It won't matter what you put on anything. Anyone bent on breaking the law or compromising national security is going to find a way around it. If this common guy was able to alter that aircraft to be able to fly when it was grounded in a no-fly zone, then you think that these terrorists and stuff are going to be stopped with the technologies? It's the same principle as the old saying, you build a better mousetrap, the mice get smarter. So you got to build even a better mousetrap. It's the same thing with cars now. All this technology going into cars. They're trying to make up for stupid drivers with all this new technology in cars. And every time they put new technology in there that makes somebody have to do less and less and pay attention less and less, the people get dumber. Then they got to make new technology to make up for that stupidity, and then the people get even dumber, and it's just a vicious cycle of the same thing as the rat trap theory. And it's just ridiculous. No matter what they put on a aircraft, a remote aircraft, it's going to be bypassed by somebody one way or another. So this completely undermines every single thing that the FAA is claiming when it comes to the necessity of remote ID. First of all, they already have the technology to track. They don't need remote ID. They could, if they want to put this onto local law enforcement, they can have the law enforcement have the tracking devices to triangulate somebody. That is not a difficult situation to figure out. If they want to catch the people that are doing things illegal, they can just use the technology they already have. They don't need the remote ID. The remote ID, all it's going to do is endanger everybody that is still flying. Period. And I've been trying to find this other article. I've been trying to find another article that I read. I found a few articles about it, and I still can't seem to find them again. I don't know if they've been taken down or what, but I read in a few places that commercial delivery drones will be exempt from needing to have remote ID of any kind. What is that saying? That is just absolutely ridiculous. If they're all about remote ID, then why isn't the delivery drones are going to have remote ID? Why are they exempt? Why wouldn't they have to have it? How would they know that it's actually a delivery drone flying? if it doesn't have any kind of remote identification on it. They wouldn't know. So what if somebody steals one of the commercial delivery drones and it does not have any remote ID and goes and flies it to do something malicious? They're still in the same friggin' boat. It's the same problem. They're just outlawing one hobby and allowing other people to fly the same way we've been doing it safely for many years. But they're not doing it safely in their situation. Remote commercial delivery drones are going to be all over the place, flying over houses, flying over your yard, flying over traffic, flying over everything. And if one of these things fails, whoever's on the ground is going to get hurt. Someone's going to get hurt. Somebody's going to get killed. They could fall into traffic from a bird strike or a failure of any kind. They could fall onto you on your yard. I mean, you think about it, even if a commercial delivery drone comes down and lands on your front steps or your front walkway, and you got neighbor kids are out there, your little kid is out there, a little toddler is out there, and you know kids are all about toys, all about cool things. That thing lands and some kid comes running up there, a little toddler goes running up to this drone, and they go up there to grab it and get hit by those propellers. You think anybody's going to take responsibility for that owns the drone or the FAA? No. What about if one falls into traffic and causes a major pileup? Nobody's going to take responsibility, are they? They're going to blame it on the traffic, the people that were driving their vehicles, their cars, and say they didn't get out of the way of the delivery drone. So this is the way it's going to start happening. No one's going to have any accountability for it. They're going to blame the victims, just like they've been doing for many years now. Everybody blames the victim. So this whole thing is absolutely ridiculous. This guy right here had to alter it. You can't, proof that he can get around anything, and it's going to continue to happen. This is the big problem with all technology. All technology. It doesn't matter what you do, someone will find a way around it, no matter what. Look at how many times we have to have updates on our computers and so forth, our cell phones, everything else for security. No matter what you do in technology, you're going to have somebody get around it, and they're going to use it for malicious intent. So the remote ID is completely and utterly useless. All it will do is kill a hobby, kill people's livelihood, and endanger people. That's all it's going to do. So what they need to do is just use the technology they already have and continue to use that to find these people. Because they found this guy, and I know it wasn't just a happenstance that they just ran across a guy holding a remote. There's no way. So that's my argument on this. I'm trying to keep this video short, so let's just leave it at that. And we'll catch you on the next one. So don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later.